we're not saying micros and that are wrong at all. I'd happily still use micros. But just for something different, I'm going to babble about something that we learned through going to Woodlands last year. Woodlands Thirsk for the Fishing Association final.
Well, someone learned because some other people didn't get through to it. Did we, Richard?
Yeah. Richard was there with me. You come quite a bit to Woodlands last year. What was that? Some qualifiers and that as well. But anyway, it was there and it all became about using 4mm pellets on a method feeder up there, wasn't it?
Yes.
Massive, massive advantage up there just because it's different and they haven't seen it. And through that, you can sort of bring it to your winter stuff. Still for your summer fishing as well.
Yeah.
But for your winter fishing, I think it has a use. Because carp, for me, they massively, massively prefer eating hard pellets than they do soft ones.
Right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Or bigger pellets. They like a big pile of bigger pellets. And very similar to what you did on your... Let me take that off. They're doing me, I did. Very similar to what you're doing with your method.
Can you see me, Jay?
You want that little tight pile?
Yeah.
Again, if I were going to fish a feeder to that far bank...
Yeah.
Sorry, if I were going to fish a pole to the far bank...
Yeah.
I'd probably tap 10 4mm in and I'd sit over it with a 4mm on the
I
hook.
like that, yeah.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
I can emulate that on my feeder.
Yeah.
Emulate, replicate, same thing, innit? On the feeder.
Yeah.
And that's what it's been about. It's been about dicking about with these 4mm, working out how to get them right. That is the key thing is
it's taken years, you've been obsessed with it for a while, haven't you, trying to get them right?
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
the problem is different batches and different types of pellets behave in different ways.
Yeah.
So they are a pain in the arse to get right.
Yeah.
But definitely I've found that by using Coppens pellets, or obviously you dictate to the fishery pellets.
Yeah.
If it's fishery pellets, you need to have a play with them.
Right.
Because they're all different. But Coppens pellets seem quite easy to do. So in what case we've got is softened 4mm pellets.
So what have you done with these?
On a meth feeder.
You completely soak these like you would like a normal micro pellet.
Yeah, let's go into that there. Yeah, let's do the preparation first.
How do you cope with like on the Bielsa bucket, Jay? You know what I mean?
I've got more cushioning than you have.
Go on.
So, plain boring Coppens pellets I've started with.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing fancy, just straight out bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Coppens type, because I think the Screttons ones create a beautiful, beautiful pellet, but they don't have the binding properties that the Screttons want. The Coppens ones do.
By that you mean they're not sort of breaking off around the feeder; they're just literally staying there.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? They are. Okay. These are the best pellets in the world.
They look amazing.
For loose feeding, they're putting on the hook.
Yeah.
But not quite right for the method.
Right. Okay.
Which is the way it is.
Yeah.
All pellets are different for different things. So Coppens pellets, and the first thing I want to do is soften them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the night before I go fishing, you can do them in the morning, but night before's better because you're not worried about it then. And the time for me, the batch that I've got currently, is 12 minutes.
Is it really?
So I put them in water, and I swear to God, I put my stopwatch on my phone. 12 minutes, then I drain the water off. Yeah, and I put them in a nice round tub. If I do 2 pints, say, because you don't need many pints, 2 pints at the most.
Right,
pint probably at the most.
Yeah.
I put them in a big round tub so they're not too deep. They're nice and spread around this round tub. Yeah,
so
it's like half a bucket.
coating kind of thing rather than some in the pile.
Yeah, there's not softer ones at the bottom, hard ones at the top.
Yeah.
Chuck them in the fridge, leave them. And you come to in the morning and you think that they're weird. They're like, they've gone soft, they've gone like this. It's some Blue Peter ones. They're soft, but they're dry. So they sort of...
Will they crumble then, or they still like crunch
crumble.
on the, in the
They're not
middle?
like pasty. They'll go to like...
Ah, right, okay.
Do you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
crumbly.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because they're Coppensy type pellets, they've got that little stickiness to them. So what I have, they're ready to go because they're nice and soft, and I could potentially get them in a ball.
Yeah.
Slightly if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But what they need is a squirt.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to show us
what
your
I
new
need?
toy?
I need the best additive in the world. But don't tell anyone. This is what I put on my
Jay,
bait.
like before we go any further, I can assure you, lovely lot, this is just an empty atomizer with lake water. I know I've told you about the window lean incident back in the day, but I was very, very young then. This is lake water, empty atomizer.
It is. All I needed was the atomizer. And literally, it's a case of putting that armful in a tub.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? 10 feeders worth maybe. Give them a squirt.
Yeah.
Yes. And it changes the pellets completely. It gives them that slightly stickier outside. That means that you end up with a beautifully binded ball. Do you know what I mean?
So how often are you doing that? Just however warm the day is?
Depends on the day.
You need them.
You just have my big tub underneath with all my pellets.
Yeah.
Little tub on the top.
And just take a few out as and when.
4 or 5 feeders worth, yeah.
Like that, mate.
Because that's what you're after. But it is the beautiful footprint that they create. And I'm fussy with this, and I need to play with it a bit more. All the lads up at Woodlands love it on a method feeder.
I'm going to say what's your chosen method or hybrid?
Yeah, I don't like how the... It's probably the same with micros, to be fair. I don't like how on a method 4mm separate a bit more.
So they're falling off it a little bit quicker.
Yeah, your feeder becomes a lot more exposed than it does with micros.
Right.
And it's a bit of a big spread. I'd much rather have it contained. So using a, do you mean half?
So obviously you're going to have a few over the top,
feeders.
over the lip of the hybrid. There, a few of them are going to fall out, but then you're going to get the majority that are staying in.
Yeah, they're going to just stay perfect. And then I can choose which one I want to use depending on how many I want to feed. But so dead easy. Do you know what I mean? I can load one up. I don't even need hook lamps to show you what I'm on about. Right, so we are very, very, very sorry to interrupt the fabulous video that I imagine you are all watching.
Of me, probably.
It can't have been, I said fabulous.
All right, Jay, lad.
But anyway, what we are a little chat about is something I'm seeing more and more on Facebook these days. And that is the hot fishing app.
Oh, yeah.
Which what it does, it shows you all the information or shows you all the results.
Yeah.
From lots of venues around the country that are subscribed to John Wilkes's hot fishing app.
Yeah, proper.
Which it's like back in day, isn't it? It's like Angler's Mail back in day.
It is, like back of the, that's what you do, like get the papers, go to the back and read all the results.
It was, wasn't it?
And this is, it's like that platform and it's all online, it's brilliant.
It is, it's missing from fishing these days, and that is what John is trying to ultimately create more than anything, is all fishing information, all results from all matches all around the country every week that you can do lots of weird and wonderful things with.
Yeah.
But to get interest for it...
I'm going to say, how's it working, Jay? So is it paying a £5?
I think this is a competition he wants to run.
Yeah.
To sort of get recognition for the app itself.
Yeah.
But also just to create interest for everyone seeing it and to get more and more club matches, open matches, venues themselves getting the information about the matches that they're having onto this platform, just so it's easy for us to read.
Right.
So what he's going to do is, the first step, he's going to have a competition, almost a countrywide match.
I know which
league
I'm going into, Jamie. Go on, mate.
Talk about that now. So what you do, you pay a £5 per match each week.
Yeah.
If you're going to fish one match, you pay £1.
It's got to be before the match starts, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Before
that. So you pay a £5 into this competition.
Yeah.
Per match. So if you fish 3 or 4,
you
got to pay for everyone. But
yeah.
Pay a £5 for your match. It's going to be separated into sort of open match standard, club match standard.
Yeah, boy, I'm on that.
So you're not in one match. You're going to be one or t'other.
Yeah.
And what it is if you're fishing a 3-hour match, it's divided by 3. You wait.
Right. Okay.
5-hour match divided by 5, 6.
Yes.
So you're pretty much getting an hour's worth.
Yes.
Of your fishing match, and it all goes into one big lot of results.
Yeah.
And then you get your prizes given out accordingly from that.
Oh, mate.
So a little bit, do you know what I mean? A bit quirky, a bit different, a bit exciting.
Yeah, but it's just creating that interest, which is what he wants.
That is the main thing. That's the first step into creating a platform that we can get all our results from.
Later on down the line, something else happening.
Who knows? It is. Our Campside Day is going to come back.
But coming back.
We will see. This is hopefully going to be the first step in creating a new competition for us all, with a few nice goodies to win along the way.
Yeah, lovely. Definitely.
But yeah, well worth a mention. Have a little look. Any further information that you want, have a look at the hot fishing app and everything will be there for you to see, and it'll probably explain it a lot more clearer than me and this bloke do. I don't even need hook lamps to show you what I'm on about. I can literally put my desired amount of pellets in, so I'm counting sort of 12 in.
Yeah.
My base is covered. I mean, beautifully done.
It does look pretty.
They're going to stay in there as well. They're not going to come out like micros do. Yeah. They'll break down, or they'll loosen. So if it sucks it, they'll all come out, but they just stay in it. And then I've got my hook bait on top. Let me put a red one on so you lot can see.
Go on, the red ones.
Do you know what I mean? That goes in there, obviously, with me hooking.
Yeah.
And then a few over the top of it. It's not like a meth feeder where you're cramming it. You're putting like little tiny piles in, so that's all it's getting.
Yeah, boy. So basically that's just like falling off, isn't it? And then you're getting that pile there that's just staying to the fish.
It's just, I'm going to stick one in there. You've got a tub of love ready to go. Rich can zoom in there in a minute. But you see, it's a pile of pellets. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a broken down one. It's not got the attraction that micros have, or not the attraction. It's not got the activity that micros have with the very, you know what I mean, spread abouty. They just soften, and 2 or 3 will fall off, and it stays there. Whereas a method, it spreads a bit too much for me.
Yeah.
But
they'd be off a method already, presumably, wouldn't they? But obviously with the hybrid, that's just containing them a little bit.
They'll just be starting to break down.
But I like the fact that it's completely different. It's obviously, you know, heavily pressurised venues like Woodlands. I've seen it all before in the micros.
Yeah, definitely, that's where it's come from. I forget, it might have been Andy Geldats' dad. I don't know who was the original.
Stu's on it now, and he's Stu Fotheringham. He talks about it all
our lads are on it now up there. They do it with big pellets.
Yeah, Dave won it, Andy's dad. Dave Geldats.
Dave that was one of the first ones. I don't know. I apologise if I'm not giving the right person the credit.
How dare you, Jamie?
How dare I? But yeah, it's just something different.
Yeah.
I'd say in the winter, when I don't want to feed maybe little piles of micros all over my peg, I can proper regulate what's going on. So I'm chucking that in now with 15 4 mils on. It's nothing. you know what I mean? It's 15 4 mils in the lovely tight area, so I can choose what feeder I put on, whether I chuck that or a smaller one on, whether I put 30 pellets in or 15. Tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of bait, and now that, see what I mean? It's
hidden, innit? The actual feeder's hidden, so it comes into that pile of bait. That's it, nothing untoward.
It's just beautiful,
method,
innit?
as you say, it's going to fall out either side.
Yeah.
And then the feeder's going to be visible. Plus your hook bait, it's protecting your hook bait as well, isn't it?
And if I give that a poke,
you're cheeky.
You see,
go on the carp.
All end will be soft. That's been in what you're going to give me? 30 seconds, 45
yeah,
seconds?
Something like that.
But they're soft, so if I give it a poke, see how they're all loose? Yeah, they're just not active.
Yes.
Yeah, and your pellet's on the top lot, so that's loose, that can come off straight away, and the bottom stays in. So whenever I retrieve it, I've got 10 stodgy pellets at the bottom of my feeder. So I'm not bothered about them. I just bring them in, clean them off, chuck it back out.
Have you got a hybrid feeder? You got a little toothbrush?
I've got a toothbrush. It's not going there. Richard will get in trouble. But yeah, so I'm feeding nothing. I've got the most beautiful pile of 4 mil sat there on the bottom. I mean, I'm probably leaving 10 or 15 of them in my peg if I retrieve it without a bite.
It's similar to that pellet con in that there's hardly any bait there left for them, is there? But there's enough to keep fish in the area.
Exactly that.
Mate, I like
it's that pile, homing in point.
I've never, I mean, obviously I've heard of it, and then when you said you were going to get on it, I'm like, right, I'll let Jay sort it and I'll copy what he's doing. It does look good, mate.
It's something different, isn't it? It just stands you out from the bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, not little fish venues, not F1E or anything like that.
Carp.
Patient, big carp, Barston, Larford, 20 bites places on a mega day.
Yeah.
That's one for me. I'm definitely, I need to gain more confidence in it.
Right, okay.
Just because it's got something. But say the preparation's the thing. Have a play about. Every batch is a little bit different. You may take a bit longer, a bit less, whatever, and the temperatures dictate things as well. If it's really warm, don't soften them for quite as long.
Right.
And say the biggest tip ever was the atomizer. Massive. Not with any dodgy chemicals in it. I promise you, it's just water.
Yeah.
But yeah, using that constantly to give them a little. It's nothing. You're not even wetting it.
You've got to do a little bit of homework, prepare them the night before. You reckon? You can't just do it, rock
in.
up and do them on the back. It's not the same.
No, definitely not.
Because the trouble with coppings, innit? If you forget about them and you put the water on a bit too long, they just go completely.
Yeah,
the
12
wrong way,
minutes.
don't they?
12
minutes.
So
That's it.
from the batch I've got a minute, it just creates them, and you just feel them. They're just beautiful.
Yeah, man.
They go in a ball. You know what I mean? If you squeeze them, they stick in a ball.
Yeah. And you said there's no
but all
commotion
come out as
coming out from
pellets.
there, anything, is there? You know what I mean?
No.
Go ahead, Jay, lad.
So something a little different and well worth a try, especially even in the winter when you want little piles, or in the summer when you want to add a.
We never want pals, do we? But
Do
I know what you
something
mean.
different. You're going to get them soon.
Yes, I need to get off the Bielsa bucket right now, Jamie.